to Patio Chat?
Indoor Patio Chat. Welcome.
We're working with our situation here. So right now we're kind of crammed in a corner. I'm on a stool. She's on a chair. Hence the difference. And I promise I'm not an Amazon.
It's too cold outside.
Yeah, and dark now.
Well, yeah, now it's dark. Well, let's get started.
I'm just a big yellow
Welcome
blob.
to Port Charles.
Port Charles. We live in Port Charles
Yeah.
now. Okay. Welcome to Port Charles. It's the corner of my house. So we don't have polls this week because the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry, and my big plans for vacation didn't happen. But as I said, what did you write?
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The first topic we have is Nelle and her spiral downwards.
Oh,
no one
she
spirals
is.
upwards.
No, they don't. She is spiraling.
What do you have against the environment?
Spiraling downward. What?
I'm getting you a dry erase board for your birthday.
Oh, I would like a dry. This would be so much fun with a dry erase board. This was an old notebook I found, so I thought I'd put it to good use.
Okay. Nelle and her death spiral, where she wound up threatening a Cassadine.
That's
and
bad. That's
clinging to Michael's hand.
That's
like
desperate.
Jaws on that
boat?
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was desperate. She had it so good.
Mm-hmm.
What's her problem? Like,
She could've
Michael
had it
was
all.
like gonna give her the world. The world.
Yeah, and she had to be a lying liar. And as I pointed out in one of my other videos, because it's not like when you enter a relationship with someone, you have to tell them everything in the world. Even if you had a questionable, blackmaily relationship with their dad. Still, if you're entering a relationship, you don't have to, like, disclose everything to them. But you can say, hey, there's some stuff I went through. I'm not comfortable talking about it yet, but just so you know, like, I'll tell you one day. I just, you know, I don't have it in my heart right now. Which I'm sure would have been fine, but the fact that she kept saying there's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing, and there was.
Right.
That's a problem.
Or that she would explain everything away, and then it turned out it was a lie. And lies that he could unearth. So
Yeah.
what's the point of telling lies to someone? I mean, it's not like they live in the dark ages. We have the internet now.
Yeah.
And all he needs to do is put in a couple little searches. But he doesn't even do that. He hires Curtis,
Yeah.
who's like going to turn over her world.
And
and
he did
and he
that.
told her that he hired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not even like he was doing it behind her back, because Michael's a very upfront kind of guy. I like Michael. He's always been one of my favorites.
I do like him too.
Yeah, I could
I've
see
loved
him as the
forever.
new mob boss.
I know, right? I want it so bad.
Yeah, I like him for that.
If anyone else, if you're out of the tri-state area, you might not know about this story. But just a few days ago, a woman was convicted of killing her boyfriend via kayak, where she messed with the the state says she messed with the plug of the kayak and he wound up drowning in freezing water, except this was the Hudson Bay. This wasn't Maine.
Sounds very familiar.
And I was like, okay, that sounds like they must have like gotten this from the headline. And then I went on to read that there was a $250,000 life insurance policy that she would have inherited. And I went, oh my, like, I don't know who these writers are, but they literally picked this headline that we knew nothing about, made it a storyline, and then it just happens to make the headlines again because there's a verdict at the time that the General Hospital stuff is really starting to come to light. Like, I just found that, like,
somebody's reading the paper.
Yeah.
And the fact that it happened locally, it might have been something that when they were made aware of it, the writers,
They're in Los Angeles.
But that might have been news that was reported there. Like, you don't know, like, even though it's
Because this
a local
incident
story.
allegedly happened in 2015.
Right,
Is
so
when
it's
this kayaking thing happened. And it's
Right.
just verdicting now.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
And also the fallout with Nina and how she tried to spin that whole thing and Nina saw right
Look
through
at my
her.
notes. I see you peeking
And
at my
Nina
notes.
saw right through her in a moment of pure clarity. And in that
She
moment
did.
we were all
well,
Nina.
you know why? Because Nina is underhanded and has done a little bit of shady stuff in her background.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So she's not gonna like just take Nelle at face value.
Right.
And that is a shame that Nelle did that.
Because
to
now
her,
she has even no more, like she has no income now because she got herself fired.
Well, she has no income, but Maxie doesn't have an assistant.
That's true.
See?
And what's more important?
Yeah. I like the way Maxie came back.
Yeah, and she just laid down the law there and totally gave Nelle her coffee order, just not even asked. Just, oh, can you get me this? And for future reference.
That's right. And then
She's
Nelle
a
marches
boss.
in and demands
Nina,
a raise. Doesn't get a raise.
And
then goes to
blackmail Cassie.
a murderer.
Actually, goes to Michael first. Oh, I can help you.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Let me help you.
True.
And then we can help each other. Funny how that turned into helping each other. And then that fell through. And
Right.
then she went to the Cassidine.
Right, you don't blackmail a Cassidine.
Like, talk about a fast
Cassidine.
spiral.
Oh my goodness.
Cassidine. Especially one that's threatened you previously.
And said, "Do not cross me." He was very clear.
Yeah.
So what did she think was going to happen? He was just going to fold and say, "Oh yeah, let me give you some money." No, Valentine does not do that.
Oh, but I'm excited to see what she has doing. Like, she is turning into another Lisa Niles, in my opinion.
Yeah, see, I
And
don't
I'm
know
excited
the
for
Lisa
that.
Niles because I came in after that. But see, you have that comparison.
Yeah, who's
So
she
that's
going?
pretty
Who's
good.
she going to push down a hole? All right, and it's someone who's connected to Stone,
Wasn't there
because then we're going to
something-
see Stone again.
Something with a blender, right? That's the only thing I remember with the
Oh
Lisa,
yeah,
with the
she
bunny,
put some
a
stuffed
animal
Yeah,
in
she
a
put a
blender
stuffed
or
animal in a
something.
blender.
That's all I remember.
Which I didn't get the reference, but now I get the reference.
Oh yeah, Jason.
Poor Charles Jason and Skylight Man Jason. It was the big news for this week is that the DNA test results are in, and they both match for Jason Morgan.
We're just gonna go with that. That was the very last thing. We're gonna lead up to it. Okay, well now we have to backtrack. That's okay. So they're both Jason Morgan. How can that be?
I think it's because of the Quartermaine Morgan theory. It's that they were both Jason at one point. Like, no one's coming in fresh, never being Jason in
Right,
one
because
iteration or
no
the
one
other.
was ever Andrew, except
Right.
when he was 3 and under. After he left Betsy Frank and wasn't Andrew anymore, then there was no more Andrew.
Right.
Right.
Ooh, it gets
So there's
confusing.
always been 2 Jasons.
But there are
Wow.
people who want
Wow.
Billy Miller's Jason to be Andrew and not Jason Morgan's Jason. And I saw some discourse
2 Jasons.
I saw some discourse in Facebook comments where, like, people, it's hard to, it's a complicated theory to get past the Jason Morgan we know always being Andrew,
Right.
but, like, he's still Jason Morgan. He's never, like, it's just, we had to talk through it. And I came to a whole new understanding by the end of our conversation,
Right.
and I'm the one who brought it up. That's how
Well,
confusing it is.
And it's so sad because it's Sam and Billy Morgan Jason that are going to be the 2 that are hurt the most.
Yeah.
Because Billy Morgan, that's what we're calling him now, Billy Morgan Jason.
Yeah.
He has no past.
No.
He only is what everyone has told him and what memories they put into him. Right? That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So think about it, like he has those memories but he has no emotional connection to them.
And
That's always been the problem.
Yes.
Yes.
And someone in the Facebook discourse was bringing up a fact that I had forgotten, that when they did the scan on Billy Miller when he came back, there was an implant in his head that they had either chalked up to Helena or his other stuff, but it could be this memory thing.
That's right. That's why
You gotta read
it's-
Facebook
okay.
comments. If
Well,
you
I
have a
don't.
Facebook and, like, the General Hospital,
Okay.
whatever they
Well-
post, go in the comments, because, like, it will bring
All right.
back so much. People remember
Well,
everything.
I knew he had brain surgery because I kept saying, wouldn't Patrick have recognized his work?
Right.
Right. But they could have, when they did the implant, made sure there was, like, marks and all that. Because they had all
Right,
that
they were-
information.
Right, because let's not forget, when Helena was messing with Jason Morgan, I'm putting that in quotes, he looked like Jason Morgan. Like, there would have been none of this confusion. They would have just accepted him as Jason immediately.
Right.
But things went awry, and Ava hit him with
Ooh.
her car, which
Whoa.
nobody remembers it's Ava. What?
Nothing, just keep talking.
And it kind of threw everything off a little bit, because then we had
It-
to figure stuff out for
it
a
did.
year.
And they really, no one knows, like, no one's talking about that Ava's the one who, what did things go?
Awry.
All right. She's not enjoying this at all.
I'm enjoying it
I've been
immensely.
planning this all day, and she's not enjoying it.
Someone needs to tell Steve Burt and Jason that Ava is the one who had a part in Morgan's death. Like someone needs
Oh
to
yeah,
tag him.
that'll come up. That'll come. Hey, can we talk about something fun?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the
Flashback.
Wasn't that so cool with Monica and young Jason?
Yes. I love the like legit flashback.
Love when they do that. You know what they really need to do?
What?
They need to do I guess they can only do it online. They can't take up like TV time doing it. But they need to just play the old shows.
Well,
Wouldn't that be nice? Are they there?
if you follow the General Hospital Facebook, they've been posting throwback videos of like whole scenes
I didn't
from
know
years
that.
past. They put together a whole Franco compilation of James Franco.
Oh, that's so much
They've
fun.
been posting a lot of I believe they've posted like a Sunny and Brenda thing. But if
Oh,
you've
wow.
watched us for any amount of time, you know how I feel about Brenda. So
Yeah,
I
don't
did
get
not watch
started.
those.
Oh,
Okay.
good. So we can have flashback. Wait a minute. Flashback fun. She's not like it. I'm gonna look at those though.
Okay,
Because
you
I
do
didn't
that.
know they were there.
Yes.
I love seeing them younger, and just the fact that they've been on this show for all this time is amazing.
I love it. Like I honestly love it.
I mean, like, how cool is that to like just be on like Monica? How long Monica's been on the show?
a long time.
Like, it's just great, and I love that they're giving her like ever so often she's like featured more.
Yeah, and I like
And
that
I like it
she's
'cause I
gonna
love
be the
Monica.
Rock. Like she's gonna
Yeah.
be Billy Miller's Rock because, like,
yeah, he doesn't really have anyone.
poor Charles Jason or Billy, you know, if you watch it, poor Charles Jason. I know, even though he hasn't said it, he knows that Sam is slipping away.
Oh, he knows.
Or-
yeah,
yeah,
he
'cause
knows. That's why he's so defensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely knows.
He's
And-
terrified, and I feel
Yeah.
so bad for him.
Yes, but this is going to be so cool because now they're all in the room. They both know that they're both Jason. So, like, it's not like Billy Morgan Jason is saying, oh, that other one is a stranger and we're at risk. Like, it's...
Right.
This will be a way to get through it, but he still isn't connected.
Yeah.
He's going to lose his wife. He's, like, he lost his best friend, Carly. Has no connection with Sonny anymore, really.
Yeah, like he
So,
feels so abandoned.
he feels alone.
And to
We
see
don't
Sonny
like
and
that.
Carly like come to the realization where they're like, oh, we've been so caught up in this, like we haven't talked to him in
Yeah.
a really long time. And I went on a little bit of a tangent. You could watch it at the end of the 10th video because I went on it in the middle and I just moved it to the
Okay.
end. So if anyone did want to see it, because I went on for a while, but it was basically that like. We tend to get really emotionally invested, and a lot of people in the past, like circa 2011, when the Abby video that has over 2,300 views that has since been privated, gave me an issue about like the breakdown and the crying that I did, and it's just like I made the point. Well, in my view, television and movies, it gives us an outlet to feel feelings that we don't want to feel in real life. You know, we don't want to feel the loss of a loved one. We don't want to feel the loss of a friend, but we get to feel those feelings like in this sense, and I think that's important to have that emotional outlet. So I do let myself get emotionally invested, and this whole Sonny Carly scene let me take a step back and realize, oh, the person I've cared about for 3 years, the person I've been rooting for 3 years, suddenly I'm not anymore. I feel like I've Carly'd him, and I
More ways
needed
than
to
one.
take that step back.
Right, and the thing is, like, you have to have a way to work through your feelings, and I like your analogy for that. But to go back, like, for his feelings, like, he had more information than everyone else. He knew that the chances were that other guy with his old face was his twin.
Right.
So he really wasn't being forthcoming either because he was scared.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know where he fits into this.
Right, because now this
And-
guy's back suddenly.
Right. So then who is he? He's the twin, but he's not. But, you know, he's also Scott's dad.
Yeah, and he's
So-
also if this Quartermaine Morgan theory is what they're gonna do, he's Monica's Jason, like the Jason she lost for over 20 years and had to watch, you know, do all these things that her Jason would never do. Like she gets him back.
Exactly. So this is good, and we're gonna see a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
But Monica's gonna. You're right.
She's gonna be
Monica's
the
gonna
Rock.
be the Rock. Yes.
And she's gonna be one of the most
Yeah,
important
so let us
people.
know what you think.
And you're more Billy Morgan. And now you have me calling him that. you're more him and I'm more Steve Burton, Jason? Or are you starting to come over to my side?
Well, I see.
Or are you still suspending disbelief and doing the show? Is the show the characters, and I'm not going to think about the outside influences that influence the show?
No, it's not that. It's the difference of what I want as opposed to what the way the show might go. And I just want, I want everyone to be happy. But obviously in Port Charles, if you're happy for more than 5 minutes, that's 5 minutes too much.
Unless you're Nelle, and then it's not enough.
Yeah, but I just feel bad for Sam because she's caught between both of them. Unless Billy, wait a minute, so, well, let's just see how things unfold. Because now I'm even more confused.
Okay, hi, Kat.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, sweetie.
Oh.
She's in the video.
She is in the video.
All right.
I don't want to break this to you, but her daddy is trying to catch the ceiling fan.
Daddy Cat, no! Ava and this turn on Kiki she did, and now this whole trying to rope Griffin into doing a procedure that may ruin his medical license.
But again, guilt. Everything's by guilt. There was no, like, humility in it. Nothing like, what do you think we could do for me? It's like she's going to guilt him into doing a procedure on her. But even to before that, like when she was sitting with Kiki, like she was attacking Kiki.
Yeah,
like,
would you ever attack me?
No.
See? I
no,
knew.
absolutely. I like to be like, oh, you want to be the beauty in the family. Okay, first of all,
we all know she's the beauty of the family.
Yeah. But first of all, she has some scarring right here. For the most part, with the way she has her hair, you can hardly see it, and I mean, it almost just looks like a shadow. Like, you can't even really see it. So she harps on this. But the thing is, she's not a good person. And she knows she's not a good person. She's a murderer. If she loses Griffin, she's going to lose him because he's going to find out that she's not a good person.
And there's no coming back from it. Like,
but then she's got
unredeemable.
But she's got to blame something else. So, you know what? Looking at it from her perspective, she has to have something to blame. So really, she shouldn't try to fix it because then she could always blame the scar on her face for anything that happens.
And she's already planning on losing Griffin. Like,
yes.
Don't go into a relationship.
But that's Ava. Like,
I know. I feel like this is ultimately why I can never get on board with her because she always takes the low route. Like, and she always, to attack Kiki like that.
That was the worst.
And then in the next breath, or in 2 days, she's going to use her love for her kids for some reason. And it's like, really?
Right. Attacking Kiki was the worst. Like, I cannot abide by that.
I love how Kiki came right back at her, though, about, like, stealing her boyfriend.
She's very strong. She is.
She needs to just walk away from Ava, though. This isn't healthy for her.
But you know what? It is good for her because she's getting strength with her. She knew enough to come back at her, and she walked away. She didn't let it get to her.
Do you think ultimately, though, Kiki is going to make a clean break from Ava?
No.
Do you think there's something Ava's going to do that is going to be so that Ava can't come back?
I don't think so because look at everything Ava's done to her, and she still keeps coming back because it's her mom. Like, would you ever just completely?
No,
oh gosh,
but
I'm going to ask this on camera. Would you ever completely walk away from me?
No.
Okay.
But also, you would never steal my boyfriends, or I don't kill one of them, either indirectly or directly, or just murder people in general.
I wouldn't switch their medication.
Or become the reason I get shot and then blame it on someone else.
No,
like you would never do that.
No,
you know, these are situations we haven't been through.
No, we haven't. Hopefully we never will. But no, I would never do that. But Kiki's always going to come back to her because that's her mom. But if you look at all the situations, she stood up to her. She doesn't always take her side.
Julian's return.
Well,
do you like seeing him back?
I do like seeing him back.
We are biased for William DeVry, though.
We love him.
Because we love him.
We love William DeVry. I love that he's back. I don't like the fact that he's getting beaten up to an inch of his life. Although... the way Scott described it, I really didn't think. Was that like?
Well, this is a week left.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. I didn't realize that.
And there could be like stuff here, like when they break your ribs, they tie you up, like that we're not seeing.
Right, but I don't like seeing that, and I hope they can do something for him.
Chat.
Whoa, what do we think of Chat?
Well, I'm excited to have another. Well, I'm excited to have another person on the
Amy side.
Canvas. who brings a whole set of story and everything that we haven't seen in a long time. I don't think he's being mean so much as just, like, he's gone through a lot.
Oh, he has gone through a lot, but, like, he could be nicer to his sister.
But I don't think this is, like, really him we're seeing, you know. I'm saying this, I think this is the result of the trauma, the OD. I'm sure there's a part of him, like, he's someone who went from being all the way up here
I get it.
to now he feels he's down here. And he feels he is.
Right.
And I think that's why he's lashing out. It's more of a pain and embarrassment, which is, you know, he shouldn't have.
Right.
So...
But
I'm looking forward to seeing more of him.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of him, and hopefully he, like, works through this. And then, because I like seeing someone on Amy's side, because Amy doesn't really have a connection, so I like that they brought in her family.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I think Finn's going to become a prominent figure for Chet, like, and maybe try to help him through this, because he's dealt with a lot of those addiction issues as well.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be interesting to see another side of Finn, too. Like, I feel like they can go a lot of places with this.
Yes.
All right, are you ready for predictions?
Yes.
So here are some things that stood out for me from the descriptions of the upcoming week. Nelle over here is a private conversation. There is a lot of private conversations that could be happening this coming week. So I don't know if there's any way to predict exactly what she gets her ears on.
I would predict it's something between Cassie and Valentine. That's my prediction.
Yes, they said something very subtle, where Dr. Bedge is talking about investing in real estate on the waterfront, but the waterfront might go historic, and we know Michael has a lot of ties to the waterfront. So what if she hears something that can go into that and then try to blackmail Michael with something?
I heard that, yeah.
Ooh.
I like that.
I think it's really far out there and it probably won't happen. I just want to throw it out there. Just in case. Just in case. Anna discovers the truth.
Oh. Well, the truth about what?
Exactly. The truth about what?
Dr. Maddox?
Ooh. The Andre Jason thing? Or is it something with Cassie?
All right.
Valentine is put on the spot. I'm thinking probably by Nina. But he is being forthcoming. He did tell her there is more going on.
Yes.
Like, that it's not like he's totally not into anything with Cassie. Lulu has exciting news. I don't know what Lulu's exciting. Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea.
She's pregnant. That's all I can think of.
She can't be pregnant.
Well, you never know.
No, you do. They did like 3 years of this. Ava. Okay, well, the description says Ava confronts Griffith. So I don't know who Griffith is, but we're going to assume they mean Griffin. So I think Ava is going to really strong-arm him into doing this procedure.
Yes. She's going to guilt him beyond. Because that's what Ava's good at. Lots of guilt coming your way, Griffith. Maybe he's going to change his name.
Yeah, right?
Get away from her.
Nelle takes advantage of a situation. Well, what's new, Port Charles?
Nelle's been taking advantage of situations since day one. That's her specialty.
I don't know what she gets herself into, but, maybe it's something with Darth Vader. Maybe you weren't here for that. I'm calling the boss guy who called Klein Darth Vader because he went through that voice changer. Maybe she gets involved with that somehow. I don't put anything past her because she's going full Lisa Niles, all right? She pushed someone down a hole, and then Stone's going to show up. And Curtis has an update. So I'm thinking he finds something a lot more definitive with this whole Andrew, Jason nonsense, and we can finally sort out who's who.
That sounds
good. That's what I think.
I think so, because that's what he's working on. So that's what he would have an update. All right.
Well,
let's see what happens next week in...
Port Charles?
Yes, she's good.
Well, hopefully next week we'll be at the same level and we won't be as smushed in a corner. And, there's Pikachu, by the way.
Oh, hi, Pikachu.
And we will see you next week for more patio chat, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you, Star. All right, bye.
Bye.